Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report of the Mediation Committee of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bills number 14 of 2024, laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 29 May 2024, and that pursuant to Article 113(2) of the Constitution and standing under 167(3) of the Senate, approves the mediated version of the bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, Article 218(1) provides that at least 2 months before the end of each financial year, there shall be introduced in Parliament a division of revenue bill, which shall divide revenue raised by the national government between the national and county levels of government. Pursuant to this constitutional provision, the Division of Revenue Bill 2024, National Assembly Bills number 14 of 2024, was published by the Kenya Gazette Supplement number 57 of 8 March 2024. The bill was introduced in the National Assembly, debated and passed without amendments. Consequently, in accordance with Article 110(4) of the Constitution, the bill was referred to the Senate for consideration. The bill provided for the projected share of revenue for financial year 2024-2025 at Kenya shillings 2.948 trillion. This revenue was proposed to be shared as follows. National government was to get 2.540 trillion. County government, Kenya shillings 391.116 billion. And equalization fund, Kenya shillings 7.852 billion. Mr. Speaker, sir, the bill was read a first time in the Senate on Wednesday, 27 March 2024, and consequently debated and approved with an amendment on Thursday, 2 May 2024. The amendment provided that A, the national government should be allocated Kenya shillings 2.524 trillion, while the county government should be allocated Kenya shillings 415 billion 952. Mr. Speaker, sir, the amended version of the bill was transmitted to the National Assembly for consideration. The National Assembly considered and rejected the Senate amendments on Monday, 13 May 2024. Consequently, pursuant to Article 112(2)(b) of the Constitution, the bill was referred to a mediation committee pursuant to Article 113(1) of the Constitution. The speakers of both houses constituted the mediation committee comprising of 9 members from each house. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee was mandated to 1, consider the division of the revenue bill, and number 2, to attempt to develop a version of the bill that both houses will pass. And Mr. Speaker, this really happened, and the committee sat, and we really considered our mandate accordingly. Mr. Speaker, I wish to report that the committee held a total of 3 meetings. These sessions were lengthy since each party was focused on convincing the other and justify that their proposed allocations are the best for consideration. The committee made a number of observations as indicated in the report. Among them, number A, devolution has played a critical role in the development of various regions in the country, and that devolution was working. The proposed allocation to county governments is insufficient and requires an increase. Another observation was that in the effort to ensure expenditure matches the projected revenue correction, the national government, through the National Treasury and economic planning, and rationalize the project budget for financial year 2024-2025, and the projected total expenditure and be revised from 4.1 trillion as contained in the 2024 BPS to Kenya shillings 3.9 trillion. And the other observation is that the trend in revenue performance in the current financial year 2023-2024 were not quite positive. There is increased debt service expenditure. The national government's under commitment to implement a fiscal consolidation plan targeting to reduce the fiscal deficit to estimated 3.9 of GDP in financial year 2024-2025. And Mr. Speaker, both members of the committee, 9 from the Senate and the 9 from the National Assembly, besides what they arranged when they dropped the bill, we were in agreement that more resources really needs to go to the counties. And Mr. Speaker, when we started negotiating, already they had started increasing exponentially the figures from 391, and that shows, Mr. Speaker, both committees were really respecting devolution. So, Mr. Speaker, considering all the other offers made during the negotiation and the strict physical consolidation path, the government had committed to the Mediation Committee resolved that the allocation for financial year 2024-25 to both levels of governments be as follows. A, the national government equitable share, Kenya shillings 2.2 trillion 540 billion 153 million 902,710, and the equitable share, county equitable share at Kenya shillings 400 billion 116,788,147. So that is 400.1 billion. And I'm surprised senators are not happy that we have hit the 400 billion mark this financial year. Mr. Speaker, sir, the mediated version of the bill is attached to the report of the committee, indicating the allocations as per the aforementioned recommendation. Mr. Speaker, I appeal to all the senators of this distinguished House to support the recommendation of the committee. This will ensure the county governments get an additional Kenya shillings 9 billion from what the National Assembly and earlier proposed in the bill at 391.1 billion. We actually agreed that moving forward, in the next 3 years, Senator Enoch Wambua, we are going to 500 billion mark. We agreed with the National Assembly Committee that there are so much money left at the national level. We agreed that next time they will be able to unbundle all the devolved functions in water, in agriculture, in health, so that more money can go to the counties. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, because this is a fund matter, I want to appreciate the members of the committee for their dedication to ensure the assigned task was completed in a timely manner. And I want to thank the following members who I arranged in the Mediation Committee. Number 1, Senator Dr. Mboni Karwale, CBS MP. 2, Senator Fatuma Nduro, CBS MP. 3, Senator Moses Kajwang, MP. 4, Senator Agnes Mudhama, MP. 5, Senator Jackson Mandago, MP. 7, Senator Endege Cherwo Kech, MP. 8, Senator Mohamed Mwinyihaji Faki, CBS MP. Further, I recommend the Secretary to assign to the Mediation Committee for the facilitation provided to the committee in discharging its mandate. Mr. Speaker, because Senate, actually the committee that decides on you to be decorated, because out of all these members, the 9 members, 1, 2, 3, 4 are decorated in the CBS. Another one, Jackson Mandago, Senator, EGH, Kathuri Murungi, MGH. So I recommend, and one of the officers who sits in that committee was here and don't know he has gone, that also Senator Moses Kajwang be given a mentor for this wonderful job. Senator Agnes Mudhama, you also deserve a mentor. Senator Mohamed Chute from Marsabit. Senator Andy Okech, you also need even though maybe you also need that mendo. Simply because I think I saw that maybe you have some time, a bit of time to do the mediation, but I pray that also you get that mendo, Mr. Senator Andy Okech. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I really want to also thank you for giving us this opportunity, because this committee, actually, Kenyans are happy. Kenyans are happy because we have increased money to the counties. What I only will ask the governors, let them do the honorable thing to take care of the 400 billion. And our two committees, CPIC and CPAC, make sure you are up to date from next financial year. You are up to date so that you can be able to oversight the governors who are in office. Come up with a formula that will make you be able to audit 2024, 2023, 2024, and then you come again by next year. When the Auditor General brings the report, you also audit now this 400 billion. We want to see how this money will be spent. So, and Senate, because we are the defenders of devolution, we will be able to use, I am not sure whether now we have the oversight fund or what we will use to make sure that we have this 400 billion. It is unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that we can give 400 billion to the counties and then we don't much money to do oversight of this 400 billion. We can give them as much money as they want, but then we also need money for oversight so that this money can go to the right, to the right choices. I'm not campaigning for oversight fund, but these people need to be oversighted. We need to move. This afternoon, we met as liaison committee. Committees of the Senate are staffed of resources to do oversight. And we are trying to look for funds where we get money, maybe in contingency, which is meant for handle committees and mediation committees. So another point that I will ask both leadership of this House, both the majority and minority side, to make sure that in this budget, we have resources for the committees. Actually, committee work is almost stalling because of lack of resources. So with these many remarks, I want to ask my brother, Senator Dr. Mboni Karware, to second this bill.